Grab coffee or grab your things. That's what my boss said to me in front of the entire department. 30 coworkers just sat there, staring at their hands. He thought he was ending my career. He had no idea that in less than 90 seconds, someone was going to walk through that door and end his. My name is Renée Tours. I'm 34 years old. I work as an operations coordinator at a logistics company in Charlotte, North Carolina. I grew up in a working-class home. My mom cleaned offices at night. My dad drove long-haul trucks. I was the first in my family to finish college, and I did it while working 2 jobs. Nobody handed me anything. I earned my position through 3 rounds of interviews and scored highest out of 42 applicants. For 3 years, I loved my job. I redesigned systems that saved the company over $400,000. My original manager always gave me credit. Then he retired. And Derek Harmon transferred in as our new director. He was loud, arrogant, and had a pattern of targeting women who didn't stay quiet. I wasn't flashy, but I kept records of everything. If you've ever had a boss who made you feel small just because they could, hit that subscribe button. I want to hear your story in the comments. Let's go. It started 6 months before that Monday meeting. I'd spent 3 months building a 47-page operational improvement proposal on my own time. I handed it to Derek and asked if we could present it together. 2 weeks later, a company-wide email praised Derek for submitting a brilliant operational proposal. My name was nowhere. I confronted him privately. He leaned back, smiled, and said, "Who's the VP going to believe? A coordinator or a director? Know your place." I reported it to HR. They found no evidence of misconduct and told me to focus on collaboration. After that, Derek reassigned my projects to Tyler, a 23-year-old kid who was his golf buddy's son. In a team meeting, Derek told me to shadow Tyler because he had fresh ideas I could learn from. Tyler had been there 3 weeks. Then my coworkers started avoiding me. The real gut punch came when Gloria, an HR assistant, pulled me aside in the parking garage one evening. She whispered, "He's building a fake performance review to terminate you before the end of the quarter." That night, sitting in my dark car, I didn't cry. I opened my laptop and started building a file. Things escalated fast. The VP sent another email praising Derek's work. Derek got a bonus. He stopped by my desk, winked, and said, "Thanks for the teamwork." That night, I pulled up my original proposal on my personal laptop. The metadata showed my name as the author, created 3 months before Derek's submission. I saved 3 backup copies. Then came the exclusion. Derek organized a team dinner at a steakhouse. Every single person was invited except me. I found out from Tyler's LinkedIn post the next morning. The following Monday, Derek said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Some people just aren't team players. That's why they eat lunch alone." Then came the framing. A shipment worth $180,000 went missing. Derek slid a doctored spreadsheet across the table and blamed me. But I noticed the font was wrong on 2 cells and the dates didn't match. I calmly asked it to pull the original system logs. That evening, I added the altered spreadsheet to my growing file. I started waking up at 5 every morning. I'd look in the mirror and say, "He picked the wrong woman." What Derek didn't know was that over 6 weeks, I'd assembled a 62-page documentation file. Every reassignment email, time-stamped, the original proposal with my authorship metadata, Gloria's signed statement about the fake performance review, the doctored spreadsheet compared to IT's real system logs proving changes came from Derek's login. I even obtained security hallway audio through a public records inquiry. I wasn't building a complaint. I was building a case. And I wasn't sending it to HR. I'd found the direct email for Catherine Park, the CEO's executive assistant, through a buried company directory most employees didn't know existed. I pay attention. That's what people like Derek never understand. I didn't do this alone. 2 years earlier, I'd met Diane Holloway at a Women in Logistics conference. She'd spent 30 years in corporate operations. During those 6 weeks, Diane coached me every Saturday morning over coffee calls. She taught me how to organize evidence and stay emotionally steady. She told me, don't react in anger. Don't quit. Let him keep digging his own hole. Send it to the CEO's office. Boards hate liability. Meanwhile, Derek grew bolder. He told coworkers I'd be gone by quarter's end. He joked with Tyler, once she's out, we can finally run this department like a real team. He filed another review recommending immediate termination. The night before that Monday meeting, I sat at my kitchen table and emailed Catherine Park the entire 62-page file. Subject line, formal documentation, department director misconduct, confidential. I clicked send, set my alarm for 6, pressed my navy blazer. Tomorrow, he'd say his last words as anyone's boss. Monday morning, 9:15, 32 people in the conference room. Derek walked in like he owned the building. He praised Tyler for 2 minutes. Then he turned to me. Renee, go grab me a coffee, or if that's too much, grab your things and get out. Dead silence. I didn't move. I looked at him and said, I think I'll wait. He laughed. Wait for what? A miracle? The door opened. Catherine Park walked in holding a manila envelope. Behind her stood a man in a dark gray suit. The company's outside legal counsel. Catherine spoke clearly. Derek Harmon, step out of this meeting immediately. The lawyer stepped forward. Mr. Harmon, this is a formal notice of suspension pending investigation into document falsification, intellectual property misattribution, and workplace harassment. Derek's face went white. He looked around the room. Nobody moved. As he walked toward the door, he passed my chair and muttered, You did this. I looked up at him. No, Derek. You did this every single day for 18 months. I just kept the receipts. Sandra, 3 chairs away, whispered, Oh my God. 20 minutes later, the VP called me in. He said, I owe you an apology. I replied, I'm not here for apologies. I'm here for accountability. Derek was terminated within 2 weeks. The investigation confirmed everything. The doctored spreadsheet traced to his login. The metadata proved my authorship. Gloria's statement was corroborated by email records. The HR representative who dismissed my complaint was reassigned. I was offered Derek's position. I accepted on my own terms. A revised title. A salary adjustment for 5 years of overlooked contributions, and a new policy requiring all complaints to be reviewed by an independent party. Diane called that evening and said, You didn't just win for yourself, you changed how that company works. I sat on my couch that night, still in my navy blazer. I didn't scream, I didn't beg, I didn't quit, I documented, I prepared, and when the moment came, I was ready. If you're in a situation like mine, don't let anger make you loud. Let evidence make you undeniable. If you've ever had someone at work steal your ideas or try to push you out, I see you. You're not alone. Subscribe and drop your workplace story in the comments. I read every one. Click Hype to help this story reach others who need to hear it. Your story has power. If you felt a connection to mine, please subscribe and share your journey in the comments. Every hype you give helps empower someone sitting in that conference room right now being told they don't matter. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one.